Welcome to this month's long spoon of this is July already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Robert,
I'm Suzanne.
and we're Clarity.
We're Clarity.
I'm Sandra.
I'm Christina. I'm Suzanne.
And we thought we would, let's see, I'm going over to the site. Bear with me for a second.
We're just sitting
What's wrong,
in we usually sit in conversation for a tabletop for every long spoon. So this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. And I'm going over to here. I'm going actually onto our website, and I'm going down to Alchemical Wisdom cards, which we have in the long spoon. This month we had the Totemic Oracle, but we're doing this one for the month of July. And I'm going to select one, and it's going to be number 2, which is confidence, a large square word, embodies a full awareness. These imprintable patterns awaken this gently but fully. And then this is what it says about that. Kind of tiny words, but
And it's reference to actually imprintation of seeing the pattern, and it activates. It goes into the retina and it activates certain equations.
This one says confidence is a large square word that embodies a full awareness of one's abilities, strengths, and convictions. These imprintable patterns awaken this gentle but fully, instilling a deep sense of self-assurance and belief in one's capability to overcome challenges. Confidence encourages individuals to step boldly into the unknown, to pursue their ambitions and aspirations without any hesitation. It is a powerful force that propels individuals to take risks, embrace opportunities, and project a steadfast belief in their own potential. Confidence is a beacon of inner strength and resilience that radiates outward, inspiring others and shaping the course of one's journey through life. So this is in reference to this particular month of July 2025. So this sense of confidence, I love that. It's a large square word. And with that squared perspective, it's really important as we go into July. As it warms up, it helps the garden, and it helps.
Yes.
So it's helping us grow too.
Well, and July is very much the month of the lion, but it's also referred to as partly the month of ego. That you have to have a good, confident, healthy ego to be able to meet the challenges of July and the heat that is so equational in helping us all transform from one way of being or thinking into another. And the whole world right now, it seems like it's inside of that. And trying to have confidence in ourselves as beings of compassion and love, and have confidence that we can find a way to move forward that lifts us up and supports our whole world.
Well, that's fitting, because I was just thinking of where confidence comes from, and it comes from the sun. Our whole world, the sun, the whole world is bathed in the light of the sun, creating growth and the ability to kind of rise up. You know, the plants rising up from their seed.
Oh, yeah.
So they gain confidence and strength to keep going, to keep growing into what they
actually
are,
become a plant.
what they become. Yeah. So the sun is what brings confidence to people. So being out in the sun is so healthy and so important to have that
And we live in
time.
that is what's going on in our garden. As soon as you step out, there are all these flowers and plants that have been come up from the sun, from seeds, to create, to have the confidence to be tall and beautiful in the garden. And I think when we step in it, we are embraced with that.
Yeah, and I don't think really people think much like they go walk through a garden and they don't think of the confidence it took for that garden to become itself.
Oh,
That's a lot of work to be done
on itself.
to manage
Just-
itself and to
Mhm.
be partnered with all these other plants
And in
around
that
them.
garden is the competence to feed us. I
Mhm.
mean, there are herbs and there are flowers, but there's also vegetables
Mhm.
Vegetables.
that feed all of us. So um, that's a very strong.
It's symbiotic. It
Yeah.
really is.
And it's a
And
real, July's a real strong month for all of them to start showing the fruits of their labors of being growing through May and June.
Well, how have you liked that this month, Suzanne, as you've gone out there to harvest, or you and Christina?
It's been wonderful to go out and feel the vitality that's come up through the leaves and the lettuces and I've already been doing a lot with the lemon thyme. I love that herb, and it's so accessible this year that where you've planted it, and it's a beautiful plant and it's really thriving. So I've been enjoying running out and cutting that. And then parsley is so good for us, and it's not something that we usually have the luxury of having other than dried parsley most of the year. So it's so fun to be able to run out, and chives is another one that right now is, I just always feel so gourmand when I can just run out and I'm making a dish and I can grab my kitchen shears and just run out and snip some herbs to go into something that I know will that have been planted from seed or just part of this beautiful garden plan, because I know it's feeding our DNA. It's like that symbiotic relationship to be able to eat something and incorporate it into our meals and dishes that we're making that actually has come from our intentional garden plan.
I'm glad you mentioned that about the DNA, because when we get the seeds, we get organic seeds as much as possible. But when we're seeding them, when I'm working with them, I usually prepare a water that I water all the seeds with. And I put crystals in the water and different gems, and then I put the amulets in there, and then we all spit in it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
what we're doing is sharing our DNA with all these seeds, so that those seeds are programmed then to feed us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I read about that years ago and absolutely loved, and it all felt so real to me.
Yeah.
And so we've done that every year. So our DNA does connect with the all the seeds that we plant in the garden.
Mhm.
Wow. It's wild.
Yes.
We were in the meditation tent doing our yoga. Was it this morning or yesterday? And all of a sudden I look over and there's these just beautiful full grown peas just hanging down, just flopping in the wind, and it was just like, where did this come from?
We
Just
have
straight up
We got
peas.
Pea
But
time,
it's
pea
neat
time.
when it's time for the harvest. You know, it's like you reach that point in time where it's like it's time to harvest what's grown, and it just kind of blows your mind how fast it's. They've had to go through so much to get to this point for that first harvest, and then the whole kitchen changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Right.
culinary kitchen and,
Yeah.
and processing everything and drying and
Yeah.
pestos, and you get in a different groove.
Yeah.
You get into a different mode, and it's exciting.
Mhm.
It's like you strap up your aprons, you
Strings.
you
Get 'em a little tighter.
Yeah,
Here
you tighten
we
up those
go.
apron strings, and you're good to go.
It's like strapping up your Valkyrie boots.
Yeah,
You got it, exactly.
The kitchen
The
back
other
right.
thing for me that I've been very aware of this year is about, I know I've talked a lot of, in some of our other tabletops, about the composting process that we do here, but it has never been so forward to me as this year, being so aware of that full circle of, of taking the kitchen scraps and the different produce that we've used, and even things that we've grown in the garden, the stems or the extra leaves or the whatever that didn't end up going in a dish or was the leftovers, and then went into our compost so intentionally, because that's something that's a really big part of my practice in the kitchen. And
Well, you grind it up too.
exactly. So that's part of like processing and assimilating and breaking down um, the consciousness that I desire and that I also want to share with the world, because the mycelial network will take whatever is in that compost that has been part of what we assimilated, the dishes that I made every single day to support all of us as we are moving through this work and expanding our consciousness and reaching for more of ourselves to be the best version of ourselves and get to our original pattern. And so as all of that has gone into the compost, and then to realize that that compost went in to nurture every trough, the soil in every trough, every bucket, everything that is growing in our garden right now, that it's such an amazing circular, symbiotic, synergistic, just beautiful cycle of life thing to be a part of.
Well, one thing we do different than a lot of people that have compost is that it's like we pre-digest it. Is that
Exactly
we
right.
chop all the leaves and all that go into the compost from when we're working with greens and everything. We chop it up in the chopper in the kitchen, and then that's taken out to the compost. It immediately mixes with all of the dirt that it all has and then it very quickly becomes a very nutrient.
We're able to use it really
yeah.
fast.
Yeah, and that's not. It's something we learned to do about 5 years ago, but it's not something everybody does. And I'd never heard of it before, and I saw it somewhere, and I thought that is it. Instead of putting all this big whole stuff and waiting for it to rot, that what you do is you chop it all up, and then it immediately is in contact with the soil that it's going to, bind with.
And not to mention that the kitchen represents America, and the
that's
fact
right.
that there's something that you could intention to breaking down a lot that needs to be broken down on all the different levels. And it feels like that composting, when you do break it down, represents so much.
It does.
So when you intention that, it's really powerful.
It
I
is.
love you said that, because you're in America, we're breaking it down, breaking it out there, and then it goes to, like you say, all the countries that way.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Through the mycelium
It's
network.
pretty interesting. And I know that when I was doing composting, it would help me break down things emotionally too. Things that you don't know how to break down, or things that feel too big,
Exactly.
or there might be lots of little things, but I love how it just for sure chops it down.
It does.
And breaks it up into smaller pieces. And I think sometimes it's really nice to have a physical representation of what you really want to be doing inside.
Very much.
And sometimes in that's where it's a practice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember for hours composting, like it was like a half a day of composting, but it was at a time where I really felt like I needed to break so much down, and it physically helped me as well as emotionally.
Yeah.
So it was really pretty powerful.
It is.
It's pretty wonderful. And then all of the work we do, all of the tools that we, in this work, we use to break it down. And we use that to do the composting to help enable us. I love that.
It's like the tapping with the print imprints is like the chopper.
Yes, it's so
where
true.
It helps break down layer by layer. As you're tapping, you've got the new imprints to fill it right in. But it's helping to really break something down to become something new.
And it's about a real embodiment, not just something that's on the surface.
Right.
And
something outside of you.
Right.
So it's a real deal.
It's a real deal. I love that. And it does, all the work we do is focused on that ability to break down in the easiest and fastest of ways. And that's why a lot of it works through pattern and imprint. Yeah, I
And
love
there's
that
fertile
language.
soil just waiting. You know,
Because of
it
it.
helps to
Yeah.
become the fertile soil that we reach
Exactly.
for new
That a
things
new
to
pattern
come
can
and
emerge
emerge
from.
in.
Yeah.
And then that creates the next body of work. It's like it says, it is circular.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
It's
really
like
is.
you,
Cyclical.
yeah, then out of you embodying it, then becomes a piece of work that actually accelerates embodiment. So it's a consciousness that we receive, become part of, and create out of, and then actually we are part of the source of the work ourselves.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Wow, I hadn't thought of
This-
it that
Yeah,
way,
that's
that
really,
much.
that's a great thought.
Well, this
That's
is
why our
Wow.
kitchen's filled with ninjas.
It is. Oh my
I
God,
know,
did
we
we
do.
not? Oh my God, that is so
we
funny.
do have a lot of
We
ninjas,
have
don't
a
we?
ninja arsenal, let me tell you.
Yeah, from the
we
coffee
use
maker
them
to the
all.
blenders.
And we do.
We
Yeah.
need every single ninja.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I never thought of that at all.
Well, this is going to be a good July. I can tell just by this tabletop conversation. And
Well, the garden is really especially beautiful right now. I mean,
mhm.
the basils, everything's getting very big. It looks
Very-
really,
right.
really
And I think
rich.
it's that compost.
Yeah.
I think it's,
I think it is.
Mhm.
I mean, it was so luxurious to work with our compost
Uh-huh.
before we ever started using any other dirt or
Mhm.
topsoil or anything.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Don't you think things are bigger out there?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think
yeah.
I've never seen the basil this
And the basils and
plump.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's
Lump,
very plump.
plump of basils.
plump. And the peas.
Mhm.
Last year we tried peas. The tomatoes are huge, and so are the green
It feels like
beans.
the beans, yeah,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
are really huge plants.
But
This year.
Sounds like we're
It's
in
what-
for a bumper crop this year.
more what?
A bumper crop this year.
Yeah, well, the garden looks like bumper cars.
True.
And we
And we-
definitely are bumping around.
Oh, and we
in
have
it.
the moon bath ready for these hot summer
Right.
days coming along. So, actually, we've been kind of cool for here.
Yeah.
So, even all the way into around the 20th of July, it's still going to be just in the 70s for the highs. So,
I'm grateful for that.
we are too. Yeah, we all are.
High 80s is not fun.
It's
No,
not
no,
fun.
high 80s is just. Well, we really become northerners, haven't we? Well, let's see. Other things in the long spoon for this month. Just peruse through. We have 3 flip books there. We have a new Kuan Yin piece, and we have the ancient wisdom cards, which
Did I
we
see
selected
some
from.
tapping? Some new tapping?
The
Yes.
Imprintio tapping
On the-
system is
In
there.
fact,
Actually, as
the
a
whole flip book is there, but also
as
in
a
the part of the red house,
mhm.
we have a gallery
So
that
the
is all
gallery
the
is there.
tapping.
Yeah.
So
I
you-
loved that.
Yeah.
And you just go to it and you can pick any of them. They're all like face up, you know,
Yeah.
they're not where you have
I
to.
love that
Yeah.
gallery section.
No flipping
Thank
there.
you.
So,
Yeah.
and we have, of course, the storytelling section to build upon for whatever monthly stories you tell yourself or share with your younger siblings or kids or whomever. And there's just a lot there to be able to
Besides the
go back
tapping
in.
gallery, we have 2 other galleries. I'm trying
I'm
do
trying to
y'all remember?
recall.
If y'all seen it.
Let me see. There's that.
My phone's just dead, so I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
haven't either.
That's okay.
I mean, help Robert
Well,
do
actually,
it, but I'm
those
getting
of you
there.
that are listening to this can actually scroll through
Yeah,
while
you
you're
can see,
listening
'cause it's in
and
there
take a look
now.
at it. You'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
So thank you for joining
there
us
anything else
this
anybody
month.
wants
Yeah,
to
is
talk
there
about?
something?
We're looking forward to diving into that long spoon.
Yeah.
We're kind of at the end of a very big day, and this
Yeah,
is
so
the
our
night,
little brains are a
Tuesday,
little
that
tired.
we have all our family over
Over.
for dinner. We have Susanna and Jeff and all the children over on hopefully
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, but once a week.
Yep.
And so this was our great night. And
Mm-hmm.
also we celebrated Christina's birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
And-
a
And
birthday
then we have
night.
another birthday coming up this month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, mine's at the end of the
Yeah.
month.
27th.
Yes, but tonight we opened for Christina's
Yeah.
present. She got a big, wonderful, fluffy towel. I
Mm.
remember that was fun.
It's luscious.
Luscious is it
and,
is.
And we had so much fun talking and laughing
Yeah,
and
we had a great time. Thank you all. It was
telling
so special.
stories.
It was fun. Lots of
And,
fun.
Very special.
And the kids were all here, and it was really good. And we do that most Tuesdays unless something else happens.
Mhm.
I got a new fluffy cherry towel with a cherry bag
Yes, that's
to
true.
match. You can't get that kind of coordination at every
I
party.
know.
I know.
Not at
That's
every
really
party.
true.
That's true.
And she got jazzy socks
Excuse me.
that are
Oh,
music.
Musical
music
socks.
socks.
Oh,
I
yes,
can't
very-
wait to wear those
Mhm.
tomorrow.
And a great,
And vanilla wafers.
oh yes.
A new
Mhm.
watch.
Oh,
Wow.
and you
New
needed
Chinese food mug.
Yes, it wasn't it fun. You can't
Oh
really.
my gosh, we had so much fun.
Well, it's
And
really
these
red and pink
new
theme, wasn't it?
tablets to put our stuff
Oh,
on.
yes.
Right.
Now.
That's right. It's
And
amazing.
then Hoppy's here. He's here tonight,
Mhm.
rolled up.
Yes.
And we got him again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's so happy.
He's a very happy little fella.
But we had good time tonight, but we're all kind of tired, so we're kind of ready to.
So I
Close
think
up.
we'll sign off and enjoy the long spoon. You got a whole month. Well, actually, they're all in the archives too, but enjoy this month's issue.
It's really fun.
You will have lots of fun with it.
Thank you so much
For your support.
for your support and subscribing to the Long Spoon.
Mhm.
It does an immensity for us. It really helps.
Yes.
It's a lot of help. Okay, well, until later, enjoy your reading. Take time for yourself this month to sit and dive in. So, bye for now.